The Weeknd just dropped the latest single for his new album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and it confuses me and a lot of fans, not only because of the music video, but also because the timeline of this album and the rollout is now more unclear than ever before. So today we're going to talk about the new single, SAO PAULO, and what this means for the release date of the record, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So the Weeknd dropped his latest single called SAO PAULO featuring Anitta just yesterday, so on Halloween, October 31st, and it is kind of Halloween themed. It is quite spooky. If you take a look at the music video, you will know what people are talking about. You know, the most reactions that I've seen for this music video are what did I just watch? What is this? If you've seen the video, you know what I mean. If you haven't, watch at your own risk. It's pretty bizarre, pretty funny. You can't even put it into words because the main character of the video is Anitta, who is walking around with this pregnant belly that has a mouth, which is for the Weeknd, and the Weeknd is singing through that mouth. It's really weird. It's bizarre. It's out there. I still haven't gotten what this is all about, what the message behind this is. If you have a theory on a deeper meaning behind the video, please enlighten me and a lot of us, because I can't make a lot out of this, man. Anyway, this new single was also previewed in Sao Paulo early mid-September when he did his Sao Paulo show, which was obviously really big. We've also gotten snippets for Timeless, for example, so that was a pretty big show, and he's uploaded the song, you know, on YouTube already for over a month, so we knew that the song was coming. It's not like this song came out of the blue, like, you know, maybe Dancing in the Flames, which was the first single, but still that we kind of knew about it. Timeless as well, but it did that did drop a little bit earlier on. This one came like 5 weeks after it first got previewed, so that's still pretty special to that one song. It's still a really good track. I like that he keeps it very authentic and very true to this Brazilian funk wave that is going on. I've seen some people call it indie sleaze as well. So it really is authentic to the genre that it is in, you know, because sometimes big artists, you know, English speaking artists, often kind of, you know, hijack some of the Latin trends going on, and then they kind of misconstrue them, make them in the way that is more popularly accessible. But in this case, it might be, you know, more inaccessible to some people who are not familiar with that sound, but at least it's authentic and true to its roots. So I really have to give a big shout out to The Weeknd for coming through on the authenticity of the origins of the genre that he's doing. But I gotta say, for me, the replay value, this is probably the least one, you know, of the 3 singles we've gotten so far. Dancing in the Flames still sometimes comes on and you're like, okay, that's a nice song, that's a The Weeknd song, we can listen to that. Timeless likely is the best song, which I would never have thought I would say after, you know, kind of complaining about it a little bit after it first dropped, saying how well it fit on the album, but now it seems like the album is all over the place from the 3 singles so far, which could be a good or a bad sign, I don't know. But for me, it really didn't catch me like that. Abel's vocals and some of the song were good. They were like, you know, what you would expect from like a track that is in the middle of the track list. So likely that will be the case for this as well. Also, why is it called Sao Paulo if it was just previewed in Sao Paulo? Let me know if you have any info on that as well. So as I said, you know, we have 3 completely different singles. We don't know what this album is going to be sounding like. The last album under The Weeknd, the grand finale in the trilogy. But it's really weird when you take a look at the timeline when this album will be dropping. We have November now. You know, a lot of people were saying October after we've gotten Sao Paulo, after we've gotten several interviews, after we've gotten 3 trailers that were kind of hinting at it. And, you know, we kind of got the info that that's it. Those were the trailers, but they dropped like a month ago. So where is this all leading to if we are to expect an album soon? Because I feel like the hype was already at a peak maybe, as I said, a month ago, like late September after SAO PAULO happened, after Timeless dropped. I think Timeless dropped October 2nd or even, late September. So right around when Timeless dropped, that was when the hype was, the biggest. And I don't feel like the SAO PAULO single, so the track named SAO PAULO, previewed in SAO PAULO, is gonna recapture most of that hype. So I feel like Abel kind of wanted to play it for too long and has now lost a little bit of the traction that he had going on maybe a month ago. I feel like if he had come through on a mid-October release date, this album would have been bigger than if he drops it now. Of course, we don't know when he decides to drop this. I'm still guessing this year, but I do want to know what y'all think about this. I hope it is still this year, because if not, then it would just be a Playboi Carti move of starting different rollouts with trailers and singles and not coming through, and I would not categorize Abel as somebody to do that. And we know that he's been planning this rollout for a very long time. That is evident through the effort and the details that he puts into the narrative, into the lore of this record. And I mean, maybe we're just kind of spoiled by Tyler, the Creator, who just came through on a great 10-day rollout, who had everything packed within those 10 days, an amazing rollout with an amazing record. And I always said Abel's, the Weeknd's name in the same sentence as Tyler's when talking about how great Tyler's rollout was, because we were talking about, okay, artists don't have these big rollouts nowadays anymore, and the Weeknd and Tyler are some of, the two left right now that are doing this, that aren't just posting snippets, leaking stuff, and that's the rollout. They actually have some sort of story going on. They have some sort of Easter eggs for the fans. But now it seems like maybe the Weeknd has lost a little bit of that momentum that he had going on. As I said, maybe we're kind of misconstrued by Tyler's amazing rollout, but it feels like he's dragging this on for a little too long. I just want the album in the end, and I want it to be good. I want it to be a great ending to the era that was the Weeknd. That is my main wish, and if it takes till next year for him to completely do that, then I'm completely fine with it. It just feels weird when artists start rollouts very actively and then they kind of die back down. So maybe this album is dropping next week, maybe next year. We really don't know right now, but it's supposed to be this year. But that's kind of my thoughts on this. Let me know if you agree with me. For one, on the track SAO PAULO, if you like it or dislike it, how do you think it fits into the track listing? What do you think about the authenticity of the Latin roots it is taken from? And what do you think about the release date and the timeline or rollout of this record? Do you think he's lost a little bit of the momentum? When do you think it is dropping? All your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.